King David writes in Psalm 139, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you." That's what makes sin so terrible. When we sin, it isn't just us choosing to do something that's some code or law book put on the do not touch list. We're looking into the face of the one who knit us together, cell by cell in our mother's womb, the one who knew us before we were born and saying, my thoughts are more important than yours. I don't care what you want from me, what I want is more important. The fact that we would be willing to rebel against the one who made us, it's enough to fill us with so much guilt that we'd never be able to sleep again. But that wasn't a problem that King David had. He said, "How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you." Imagine that you're on the beach trying to count the grains of sand. You would most certainly fall asleep before you even were able to finish counting the grains of sand that stuck to the sole of your shoe. David was able to fall asleep in joy, thinking about God's plans for him and waking up rejoicing in that truth because he knew not only had God knit him together cell by cell in his mother's womb, but God was still weaving together the days of David's life just as he had planned. That's called God's omnipotence. The fact that God has all the power. Do you see what David sees? Behind everything that will happen this year, a God who loves you. Not just the world, not just the church, you. Enough to make everything in your life work out for your good. God removes all uncertainty because there will not be one single day that happens apart from the way God planned it for you. No wonder how precious. No wonder how wonderful are your ways. No wonder we have confidence to pray. Lord, as I look to the coming year, I'm often tempted to think that my failures or successes will only come by my power and my doing. Help me always to remember that as your great power once formed me within my mother, so too will you guide every one of my days according to your plan for me. Trusting in your almighty power, I pray. Amen.